Welcome back to the shop, friends. So previously we've been working on switching out the suspension on my Jeep and just kind of changing everything out to make it more usable for what we do. Now today's video we're going to work on adjusting the sway bar end links of the anti-rocker. So with that, let's go ahead, let's get them off and get started. Tell you what, this anti-rocker has been one of the best things I've ever installed on the Jeep. It's just, you don't have to mess with it, it just works. You set it and forget it, and I really like that about it. Oh, let's see if I can get this undone. It hasn't been undone in quite a while. Oh, wow. Let's undo these guys then. Yeah, I find a lot of people too think that sway bars are not important, but after running one off-road like this, because that's what this is designed for, right? It's designed to set it to your preference and then leave it alone and not to ever touch it again. I will probably always run some form of sway bar. I used to have the sway bar completely disconnected and not run it at all. And the difference off-road is night and day with this thing. It's way more controlled, and I don't really find you lose that much flex. But man, the vehicle is so much more stable. The only adjustment we have here is this link. You have to adjust just for how much lift you have, but then you just have these 4 holes here, and if you go forward towards the bumper more, it gets tighter, and if you go towards the rear of the Jeep more, it gets looser. And basically this one bolt right here is all you have, and so you set it to where you want it and to where you think it rides the best. Oh yeah. See, it's so much easier when you can get some oomph behind it. Let's see if we can unspin this top piece while we're here. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right. Having a vise like this in the shop is just invaluable. Wow. Sometimes you gotta just stop messing around. So let's see what this guy will do. Maybe instead of trying to undo the lock nut, I'll try to spin the top free. Hopefully without breaking the link. Okay, what if I put this whole thing in the vise and try to undo the head, use the vise to hold this nut. Let me undo this in first. I think that might be the trick here. That way we're not putting all this stress on this thread here, this threaded rod. Okay, this took me a moment to figure it out. You guys are probably smarter than me, but upside down seems to be the key. Now we're holding the joint. We can try to spin this lock nut off. I can't believe how incredibly tight that is on there, though. I wonder if it's got some rust or something going on in there. Now let's see what kind of damage we can do here. I don't like using crescent wrenches on these things at all, but that is the biggest thing that I have. I just don't know that I can get enough behind this. Oh, you know what? Oh, we're gonna use, okay, how strong do you think this ratchet wrench is? Because I do have a trick up my sleeve for this. Okay, this is something you're really not supposed to do. We're double wrenching, but it's kind of my only option here. Let's try it this way. Oh yeah. You know, I think I'm tightening it actually. Maybe I am loosening or tightening it. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate when you start doing something and it's so difficult you you second guess everything you're doing. It's a sucky feeling. Oh, gosh, I feel like it's tightening it though. Oh, we got it. Heck yeah. Woo. Good job, Vice. All right, now let's see if we can undo that part. Okay, let's see how hard this is going to be. Well, it's a little rough, but it's not too bad. Gotta make sure I'm going the right way this time, though. Yeah, okay, this is the right way. Oh. I'm thinking there's a little corrosion in there. Look at that, we got it. We got it. Oh. Now tell me you could do that without a vise. Because I don't think so. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the part where we can cut these things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these locking nuts all the way at the bottom, or a little close to the bottom. I'm gonna remove them just a little bit. I don't want them tight. Okay, and then we're gonna take our joint here. We're gonna see just how much we can actually cut off. And then that's what we'll do, we'll take off. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna allow us to shorten them a lot, but also give us some adjustability if we need to adjust. And that's why we put the nut on there, because what it allows us to do is chase the threads off. So now things will fit properly. Because if you don't do this, it's very likely that when you're cutting this bar, that you won't get anything back on it. You'll have to try to figure out how to clear the threads, which can be done, but it's a pain. So this is the better way to do it. Now that this is all cleaned up, I think it's time to put a little bit of anti-seize on there. Or in my case, a lot of anti-seize. All right, let's go ahead and put this in and see how it looks. Let's get this in here. Now, with some of this stuff, it's been so long since I've installed it, I kind of have to relearn as I go. See, that went right here like this. Perfect. And then, honestly, I think, from where I'm looking at right now, that looks pretty close to where it needs to be. It could come a little bit lower, actually. Maybe like an inch lower would be better. So you have less of a chance of running into the body here. You can't go too low, because if you go too low, when you flex out, you could flip this bar around, and that would be bad. But I don't know. If this was a bit more level, like down here, maybe that'd be better. So we'll see if we can adjust that after we get these bolts on here. Or these nuts. Lock it down a little bit. And I remember that's what this flat is actually for. It's so you can adjust the thing. And what you do is you leave the other side off, and you put one side on. You adjust the one side where you want it, height-wise, where it needs to be, and then you just slip the other side on. Sixteenths, maybe? Oh, close. Let's see. Which way do I need to go though? So looking at this a little closer, it's in a pretty good spot, especially if you have a body lift, you'd probably be okay. Really, you want this a little bit further down. The back side of the frame rail right here, where it kind of curves up, you kind of want this to be a little level with that. Not down here. If you make it level down here, you could run into problems when you flex out too far. But up here, you want to kind of be level with that. And we're a little high. I would say about an inch too high. And I just don't have that much adjustment in here. I could probably cut more off and get maybe ½ an inch at most out of this, which may not lower this that much. So looks like smaller end links are the key. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment, wasn't it? I totally thought that we could shorten those links and it would work. Clearly, that's not the case. So when installing this, if you're installing it under a 3-inch lift, I would say you're gonna have to buy shorter links for the anti-rocker. Anything over 3 inches and you're probably fine. Now, if I had a body lift on here, I'd probably be okay with it how it is, but now that I know it's not quite correct, I'm just gonna order the parts to make it right so that I don't have to worry about it in the future. Now we are gonna put a body lift on it that's coming up in the future, just waiting for a few more parts to come in. We'll do a body lift, motor mount lift. I have decided that I am going to do a belly up skid on the Jeep. I have one. It's a previous one that I've run before. I've just held on to it, so we gotta do some cleaning and some fixing on it. Not fixing, but we gotta do some cleaning and some buying new hardware and stuff before we install it. So we'll go through all that as well, and I'll show you how to do a belly up. Nowhere near as difficult as people seem to think it is. So we'll go ahead and do that. And one last thing, what do you guys think about the Harbor Freight vise? I think it did really well. There's still no play in it, even though we only used it once, but I don't know that I would have been able to do that project without a vise period. So pretty happy with the purchase. I think it's already paid off already in case you have to do stuff like that. Even though I didn't have to do it because I just could have bought shorter links, it's possible that I would have had to if that would have worked. So really like the vise. It's doing really well. I need a better workbench, obviously, but yeah. So let me know what you think about the vise. So with that, guys, I think it's time to end the video. I'm getting really hungry. I need to get some lunch in me. It's lunchtime. I need to eat. So with that, thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe below if you like what's going on the channel. Hit those comments. Let me know what you think about the Antirock, or if you have any questions. I have a few videos on it. Or if you have any questions or concerns about the vise, or any ideas about it, just let me know. And with that, I think it's time to end the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And now I'm gonna go eat lunch.